So hi there, this is Tom and welcome to week 12 of the Garden Lab updates, and this is the week of June 7th to 13th. So I'm going to do a slightly different format this week. I'm going to do a bit of a walk around and we'll have a look at where everything is, including the good side and the bad side, etc. It's all part of the journey. It's not all about, showing you weed-free everything and everything looking neat, etc. It's about reality, and the reality is there's some really good stuff and then there's some stuff maybe that's not so good. So anyway, this is the week 12 update. I've made it to 3 months of the Garden Lab. That's a bit of an achievement. 3 months of weekly videos and updates. Great. So I'm going to take you around then, and I'm going to show you, the progress on week 12, the 3-month point. And I suppose the first thing is the weather update. So this week has been very poor in terms of weather. We've had endless rain, so loads and loads of rain. We're kind of stuck in this, as I mentioned before, like river of weather fronts coming from the Atlantic. Ireland gets stuck in these, so a series of low pressures carrying lots and lots of rain. So we've had lots of rain and also low temperatures, so even dropping below 10 degrees at night and maybe up to 12, 13, 14 during the day. But today is the first day when things are getting back to kind of nicer weather. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a walk around and show you the progress. Okay, so loads of work. I have loads of work to do in terms of cutting and trimming. As you can see here, I have a big lawn. Grass has really grown. So a lot of my work at this time of the year now is coming to trimming hedges, trimming bushes, cutting grass. So that's where I am with this. So less time for everything else, less time for vegetables, etc. But I'm going to show you the hens in my little cubby hole. See, I have loads of space, loads of room here. It's a big garden. But here are the hens, and they're doing a fantastic job. They're really great at eating down everything and dealing with the weeds. You can see them in there. This mesh fencing is one of the big successes at week 12. I mean, I'm able to move it around, and I don't really move around the chicken tractor that much. So, but I can, of course, move the chicken tractor, so it's there, and if I want, I can drag it around. And all these bushes here, these nettles, what I'm going to do is cut a path for this fence and put it through in there and let the hens kind of deal with some of that. I mean, they're fantastic. Look what they do here. Little digging and stuff. So they're great at digging up things and eating the grass. But they're very happy. And I'm really happy with them. They kind of like become more like little pets and that kind of thing. So they can stick their heads through the fence, but I suppose at some point initially they were trying to get out, but now they've kind of accepted, okay, the fence is there and that's fine. But fantastic, because they're outside and they have plenty of food, and we give them lettuce, kales, etc. Throw it all in there, the vegetable waste, some of the food waste as well they can deal with. You can see them there. I mean, they're fantastic to have around. So if you were thinking of getting into hens or a few hens, this is the kind of situation. Like, these are apple trees here, so if you have a space like that, you could buy one of these little fences. It cost me €140. It has wire in there, so you might be able to see the wire. So I could energize it. I could make it turn into a little electric fence if I wanted. But if the hens are happy, I think they just kind of relax and they don't try to get out. You see, they have grass, and I moved the fence so they have new kind of grazing, etc. So you can see the area that they were in before down there, and I keep moving it around. So, and they don't fly, they don't try and fly over it or anything like that. So yeah, really happy with this. I think it's one of the big successes. So if you're interested in getting a few hens, throw together some structure like that and get yourself one of these mesh or these movable fences. They're really fantastic, rather than trying to put down a permanent fence, which is a real pain. Okay, so that's the chicken update. So we'll continue on and have a stroll down. But as I said to you, I have loads of grass to cut, loads of hedges to trim. So I have a big job there coming up on this. Anyway, this is the walk around today. Now, so just coming around to the vegetable patch. As I said, this is not about perfection. There's weeds in there. And I have a particular weed in this garden, keeps coming up everywhere. And the name escapes me right now, but it'll come back to me. Oh yeah, it's called horse's tails. Let me give you a look at horse's tails, what it looks like. It's this spiky one here. You see that one there in the center of the picture? That's horse's tails. There's another one there. So you see where it's coming up everywhere. Yeah, so this one spreads underground, and it's very, very hard to, you see there with the lettuce, it's very hard to get rid of it. But when you look it up, it's quite kind of interesting. Here's the potatoes. These are the main crop potatoes. Yeah, looking really good, and I did mulch them up a bit. I might do a little bit more on that. So that's the main crop. I'm really happy with the potatoes. They kind of make me feel good. Maybe it's because I'm Irish potatoes. Lettuce, we have loads of lettuce. Kales, they didn't do very well because the dry weather earlier, they had no rain, but they're starting to come up better now. And these are the second earlies. This is, really happy with these potatoes, and I'm looking forward to eating them. So basically, yeah, the vegetable patch, if you compare it back to March when I started, and the intro video, you can see where it was and where it is now. So not perfect, and it doesn't have to be. This is not about perfection. Okay, so I'm going into the polytunnels now. So here we are in the polytunnels, and I've said before, I love these bags. I mean, they're fantastic. If you're starting a garden and you want to just try in a small way, this basically costs nothing. And if you check back in the videos, you'll see how I made it. It's so simple. It's basically sticks and rubbish, then grass clippings, and then a bag of compost on top. So in this particular one, there was 1 60-litre bag of compost used here. That's all. And you can just see how luscious the plants are. You see that tomato is just taking off. Fantastic. So this is, again, a huge learning point for me from the garden laboratory. Just how simple this is, how cheap it is, but how good it is, and how, look at all the lettuce in there. We're eating lettuce every day. And again, look across here the other side. Again, I have so many tomato plants everywhere, but I threw a few tomato plants in here as well, of course. And strawberries. These are the Frigo strawberries. They do really well in the polytunnel. You can see a beautiful strawberry coming on there. So these strawberries are starting to ripen. And again, really happy with the strawberries in the polytunnel. They're fantastic. Endless lettuce. Okay, endless lettuce, tomatoes. Really happy with the polytunnel. Again, check back and you'll see where it was. Look at this polytunnel here. Check back to the early weeks. It was covered in bushes. It was covered in briars. Now they are starting to re-sprout, but I'll be able to cut them down easily enough. But here are the tomatoes. And again, you can check back. You see me planting them. Look at the tomatoes are forming there. So Absolutely beautiful, and they're growing up on the string. I think there was another week I was focused on putting on the strings here, so absolutely lovely to see that and to see the green. Now they haven't so much blight at the moment. They're well spaced out, and the doors of the polytunnel are going to remain open to allow fresh air to blow through, so hopefully they won't get that much blight anyway. Other years have had blight, but again, really happy with just being able to use the polytunnels. It's a joy to come in here. Great. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go around to the piece of land that I reclaimed. It was a piece of land, if you check back, and you'll see it was covered in willows. So I'm going to have a walk around and look, here's the rhubarb. Rhubarb, I was trying to get it back into operation, and I think we haven't eaten so much, but I wanted the plants to kind of come back and kind of build energy, and I think that's what's going to happen this year. But I'm keeping the weeds off them pretty much and giving them plenty of light. You see, this one was kind of half gone. So the rhubarb, I think it'll come back, especially for next year, and I'll keep the bushes and weeds back from them. But this time of the year, after all the rain, it's so green, it's so luscious. Anyway, so beautiful, and that's fine. I mean, I love all these plants. There's your horse's tails again. Loads of them everywhere, all horse's tails. It's like they've spread underground everywhere. But anyway, this was the piece I reclaimed. Now look at how it's changed, starting to look bushy again. So I'll have to get the brush cutter in here and cut it down. These are the sticks. There was one video where I piled up the sticks. You can see they're kind of settling down, they're drying out. At some point I'll be able to use them. Not sure exactly what for, but I'll come up with a way to use them. Now, let me come down here to the actual, this is where I planted. Again, this is not all about showing you perfection. Look at the briars are coming back. I planted kales in here. Something is eating them. Could be the rabbit again. But again, I haven't done it. Threw in a few tomatoes there to see what would happen. These are the strawberries that I planted. Now, there are some strawberries forming, which is fine, but I don't know if I'm ever going to eat any. Maybe the birds will have finished them. It's nice to have the kind of structure in the sense that you have a pathway, but I need to trim the pathway down. There's the strawberries. Again, the birds might get more of them than me. This is the bed where I put the cardboard underneath. Even you can see the horse's tails are very good at coming out, even up through the cardboard or up through the space that I left for the strawberries. But again, you can see some strawberries forming. So I have a lot of work to do here to weed this and to get it back. Now you can see, yeah, weedy. So now this bed here was the experimental bed. The potatoes planted, covered with something. Had a go at this potato there. That was the potato plant. I suppose they're exposed, so I can say it's not very successful. It's weedy as well, of course. That's my fault. But I don't know if I'll harvest much from here. So compare this with the potatoes there. Beautiful in the soil. So I don't think I'll be doing this again. So of course it's a laboratory. It's trying out. And this approach was suggested by AI. But yeah, AI, artificial intelligence. It's just, I don't know, maybe I will harvest. So we'll see later. So I'm just making my way around here to see where the beehives are. You can see I have lots of little tunnels. It's a beautiful day today actually, so it's the first really nice day we've had. And the place is really, really green, as you can see. So I'm just coming around here to have a look at the bees and see how they're doing. Okay. Again, I haven't been great about doing my swarm checks, which ain't good. I was supposed to do it. This is Saturday. I should have been checking on Thursday. Uh-oh. Right. Okay, now I can see something here straight away. Looks like a swarm has come in, which is good news, but where did it come from? That's the question. Anyway, I'm going to show you that. I put out catcher boxes, or little small boxes, to see if I can catch swarms of bees. Let me turn the camera around. Okay. Now, see, I have caught a swarm of bees. They've occupied this box. So that's good news. And the question is, where did they come out of, and are they from one of my hives? Probably. The question is which one. But it's nice. This is an extra colony now that I've caught. So this is an unexpected swarm. Again, if you want to get into bees, that just shows you can catch free bees. You don't have to buy them. Just get a box like that and then bait it, or an old hive, an empty hive. Make a hive and you will catch a swarm. Now I'm just looking at the bees. Let me show you. Okay, there's that colony there. Now I want to go and have a closer look over here. This is the colony that is the strongest, so I really need to check, otherwise they're going to swarm, potentially. I see bees going in and out with pollen, which is good. That's for brood rearing. You can see some bees have yellow pollen there. That's the little yellow dots on their body. But I say ideally I should open this hive today. Okay, this is the other hive number 2, which I donated bees from hive number 1. Yeah, they seem quite active, so that's good. So I probably strengthened that colony quite a bit. All right, and I have a hive over here. This one is called a warray hive. I don't really do much with it. It doesn't have frames, it has top bars. So it's not very useful to me. But I can harvest honey from it. But you have to cut the honeycomb out. Again, you can see the pollen there on the legs of the bees. You see the yellow going in and out. Again, it's absolutely wonderful. I just love bees. Oh, there's one buzzing near me, so I might retreat while the going is good. Okay, so I do need to check, especially this one here, because I don't want to lose a swarm from there. And if I lost the swarm from the warray, I wouldn't mind, because they're not doing much good for me. But yeah, delighted there. You can see that little box there. And this is where we get all our honey crop from here. This flower, you can see these flowers. These are called brambles. You can see a bee there on it. That's a bumblebee collecting nectar there. So as the weather warms up, it'll be releasing nectar, and yeah, this is where our honey comes from. This is the update for this week, and what I'm going to do is, because there's so much trimming, cutting, I'm going to do the next update around the end of June. So we'll leave it to the end of June. So I do hope you have enjoyed this update. I'm showing you the good and the bad, warts and all. It's all fun, it's all learning, and it's fine. You don't have to have perfection, and I don't believe in perfection, even with the bees. If you go and study beekeeping, it can seem overwhelming, it can seem intimidating because there's so much to be done. But what you need to do is to simplify it and figure out which is the important stuff and which stuff you can ignore. Because there's a lot of stuff you can ignore, and I ignore a lot of stuff. But I still enjoy my bees, and I still produce a lot of honey. And that's what counts. And even if you didn't produce a lot of honey, you can still enjoy and learn and have fun. So yeah, so I suppose, not that the honey counts, it's nature, it's, understanding nature, it's getting out on a beautiful day like this, enjoying nature. That's what it's all about, really. And if you get honey, that's a bonus. So great. So this is the week 12 update. So then I'll see you for another update in another couple of weeks, probably another 2 weeks or so, around the end of June. All right, thanks for watching the Garden Laboratory, and I'll see you in the next video.